Hi friends, today we're going to talk about this really interesting article that The Atlantic published. It's by Adam Kirsch and it's an excerpt from a longer book. We're just going to touch on a few of its points because we don't have enough time to really get into the article. So if you're interested, after you watch this, go read it. The book starts off with an excerpt from Foucault, who basically puts forth the idea that the way that we conceptualize of ourselves is temporary, no matter how much we want to think that we are the chief species of this earth. The article says, as Foucault writes in the book's famous last sentence, one day man would be erased like a face drawn in the sand at the edge of the sea. The article is basically breaking down two key schools of thought, anti-humanists and transhumanists. One is basically welcoming the inevitable end of our species as we've caused irrevocable damage to the planet, and the other is seeking to utilize technology to hopefully propel us into a new future. Naturally, anti-humanism has its roots in the destruction of the environment, wherein people have noticed that we've done irrevocable harm to the planet, and thus we must not be the chief species or meant to be in such dominion over the natural world as look what we've done with it. I am definitely in neither of these schools of thought. I just think they're fascinating to consider and talk about. But I can appreciate that anti-humanists have cultivated this idea that humans are not meant to be the chief species of Earth. I just think that's fascinating. Transhumanism, for those who don't know, is essentially arguing that when we are able to fully integrate with technology, we can move beyond our human form, thereby kind of propelling human consciousness into a better world. The idea essentially that we can escape our corporeal bodies. Both of these movements have evolved in response to a world that seems to many to be lacking hope, lacking a sense of what future might look like. The article briefly notes the Alfonso Cuarón film, Children of Men, one of my favorite films. It's really excellent if you haven't seen it. The film does an excellent job at painting a sort of dystopian world in which the concept of a future of humanity is just inconceivable, not only because of the environmental degradation and political conflict, but because within the world of the film, humans can no longer procreate. All of these things are really contemplating this sort of essential question of like, what role do humans play in this earth? And what is life going to look like if humans are no longer on this planet, or if humans inhabit this planet in a drastically different way? Transhumanists are really integrated with technology, nanotechnology, the idea of basically uploading our consciousness to the cloud, learning how to basically create the entirety of the human brain synaptically, like within the digital environment. I believe this is going to happen quite soon. Ray Kurzweil has noted that it could happen as early as 2029. You could think of ChatGPT and others as early signs of what's to come. I'm out of time, but read this quote and watch this show. Love ya. Love you.